What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here back with the channel Fun Swedish, and we finna learn a little bit more about the Swedish Fika. I think so, but it's the unwritten rules, so we finna check this out. I know last time she gave me a lot of phrases that I actually written down last time. Let me see. Of course, hey is hey, hejdå is goodbye, talk is thank you. Varsågod is you're welcome, and ja, yes, nej, no. So those, she helped me out to know some basics so far. So, but great news, guys. I will be receiving my Swedish snacks and candy today, so be prepared for a part 2 tomorrow on the channel of me trying some snacks and candy from Sweden. So, but we're finna jump into this. Y'all know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and send down those recommendations. Let's check out some Swedish Fika.
Hey och välkommen till Fun Swedish, our YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about Fika. Yes, again. We're going to talk about Fika again. Because it's so important in the Swedish culture. So important that I'm even having a Fika right now while I'm filming this video. And if you don't remember, what was Fika? Well, it is to have a coffee break, normally something sweet, with someone else. And since I'm with you, I can call it a Fika. Okay. In this video, we're going to dig deeper. And we're going to learn about all the unwritten rules of Fika. Basically, it's going to be a video about social Fika etiquette. Fika is one of the most important social interactions in Sweden. So that's why it's so important to learn about Fika. Fika is everywhere. There is Fika at work, Fika with friends, and Fika with dates. It's not rare for Swedes to have Fika 3 times per day. Today's video...
I think I need to start doing that. I need to have a Fika 3 times a day.
It's not rare for Swedes to have Fika 3 times per day. Today's video is going to focus a little bit extra on the Fika that we do at work. Basically, what you should do and not do when you have Fika with your colleagues and your boss. But before we do that, please smash the like button. It really helps us tremendously. And it motivates us to do more videos for you. So I would really appreciate it if you put a like and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it yet. Tack så mycket. So now, back to the Fika. But how important is actually the Fika in Sweden? Well, let's look at some Swedish Fika statistics.
The stats.
According to this article, the average Swede has 52 minutes of Fika per day, 21 minutes at work, and then 31 minutes on their free time. This means, in other words, that the average Swede has 10 full work days that goes to just Fika. So it's crazy. They spend 10, we, because I also did it, spend 10 full work days to Fika.
I think it's important, if I would encourage people to go to a Fika almost every hour, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's take a break. I think, especially nowadays, I think it's important to take a break. I feel like, especially here in the States, in the U.S., like, you only get your lunch break and maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute break here and there. But I think it's important to take multiple breaks so you can, stay aware and stay ready. It's hard to accomplish things when you're tired, exhausted, and your greatest work is when you're well rested.
Spend 10 full work days to Fika. Oj. It's not rare that a Swede has Fika twice a day at work. 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. Lucky them. This doesn't happen at every workplace, obviously, but it's still very common in Sweden. If your company has a Fika culture, then those Fikas are almost mandatory. You should go there. No matter what. However, nobody's going to tell you this, because this is part of the unwritten rules about the Fika culture in Sweden. I know it's very tempting to skip the Fika. Maybe because it's so early in the morning that you prefer to sleep longer. Or maybe because you just feel more productive in the morning. You have more flow, and maybe also in your culture it feels weird to spend all the time you have on fika and not on working? Well, here's when you need to think differently. When your Swedish colleague Anders tells you, "Kom nu, det är fika," then you should go.
Yeah.
Going to the fika will not get you fired. It's expected. It's not unusual that the fikas at work kind of works like an informal meeting. So that's why you need to go.
See, we here, or at least the jobs I worked at, most time when we had like group meetings or team meetings, or I know one job specifically when we had like team meetings, we had food there. Some of my other jobs, probably that we did the most work at, probably didn't have food. But I had a job where I worked at the Boys and Girls Club, and we ate pretty good for our team. We ate real good. Pretty much they fed us dinner just about.
You get to do some bonding with your colleagues and also synchronize about what you should do during the day. Many decisions that can actually affect you later are taken in the fika. Like, for example, someone says, "I don't like this coffee brand, let's change." And then everyone agrees on this. And just because you missed the fika, you had nothing to say. So this is a good example of why you should go to the fika. But not only this one. There can also be something that can have a bigger impact on you. How about this one? Maybe your boss, who also goes to the fika, say, "Oh, we have this very complicated new case that we need to solve." And maybe he asks Anders, the boss asks Anders, "Anders, can you take it?" And Anders, since he's at the fika, he will say, "No, I'm too busy." And then they're going to ask Maj-Britt, another Swedish colleague, and she's going to say, "No, I'm sorry, I need to pick up the kids very early." So in the end, you are the one that's going to take care of this case, just because you were not in the fika and couldn't say anything like the others did. So go to the fika so you don't want to end up with the
with the caseload of work. I feel that. Hey, fika definitely is important.
Like the others did. So go to the fika so you don't want to end up with the cases that nobody else wanted to have in the first place. So if you don't want to risk to have your favorite coffee changed or ending up with more work than all the rest of your colleagues, then go to the fika, especially the one in the morning, because that is the informal meeting in Sweden. Let's look at more fika facts at work. The most common times to have fika at work in Sweden is in the morning around 9, perhaps 10, depends a little bit on the company. So it's basically when everyone has arrived to the work. And then you normally have a fika around 3. So it's also a little bit before going home and a little bit after lunch. Normally we eat lunch quite early in Sweden, so 3 is a good time to have an afternoon fika.
Yeah, we eat lunch early here. Well, we eat lunch. It just depends. When I work, I usually take lunch at like 11, 12. It just depends on the workload at the time.
In other cultures, it might be very strange, weird, and not good to have fika if the boss is there. But not in Sweden. In Sweden, the boss will also join the fika. And this is also very, very Swedish, to have a fika with the boss. So it's very, very common that you all sit together with the fika and with the boss, talking about fika and talking about friends, family, and a little bit of work-related things as well.
Nice.
Maybe you shouldn't take a very long fika. It's always good to leave a little bit before the boss. But in general, if you stay a bit longer, it will be fine as well. Because fika is expected. So what do we actually eat and drink during the coffee break at work? Normally it's just normal coffee, especially black coffee. And if you're from the UK, you're not going to see a lot of tea drinking here. We drink coffee, kaffe, svart kaffe, bryggkaffe. Sometimes, especially in the morning, you can see people also eating the breakfast, maybe something salty like a sandwich or perhaps a fruit or something. So normally at work, you don't have a bun fika every day. Normally, Friday is the day when the Swedes include more sweet things at their fika at work. Because you want to celebrate the end of the week and all the good things you have done together at work. So it's not rare to see a lot of pastries these days. These delicious Swedish.
And I think she got a video about like 10 desserts or 10 fika items that you can bring. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's not
too.
rare to see a lot of pastries these
Ooh.
days, these delicious Swedish sweet pastries. So if there's one day that you should absolutely not skip fika, then it's on Fridays, because that's when the good stuff comes in. And if you have a very extreme fika culture, then you might see that they assign someone to bake something on this day. Maybe this week it's Anders' turn to bring some kanelbulle, and next week is Eva-Britt's turn. And be prepared, it's going to be your turn as well, sooner or later. So you can already start thinking about something to bring. It doesn't have to be Swedish, it can also be something exotic. I think actually Swedish people will appreciate it, but it should be something sweet, for sure. To the fredagsfika, because it's kind of you celebrating the end of the week and the start of the weekend. So
Nice.
this was the end of the video about the unwritten rules about the fika culture at work. Hope you liked this video. If you did, put a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. And also leave a comment down below what you think about this video, and also if you have.
I thought that was pretty good. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to go to a fika. It's important. So, me, if I ain't gonna lie, if I was in Sweden, I would enjoy going to fika because like you get a break from work, you know. Even when you busy, you might want to go ahead and knock that work out sometime. But hey, it's important. I wish down here we had something to, you know, where we can take a break and just, you know, talk amongst coworkers and stuff, and go back, do what we need to do, you know. Unfortunately, all we get is a lunch break. But I guess it's still better than nothing. But it just depends. I feel like it really just depends where you work to be, what type of breaks you get, and what's considered a break type thing. But guys, definitely enjoyed this one. Thank you to Fun Sweden. Definitely gonna check out more. Check out some items to bring. Check out the 10 different pastries, cause I know I like brownie. I make my famous brownies. My wife and my kids love my brownies. Fried Oreos. I made fried Oreos. You know, I'm more on the sweet side when it comes to make. I could cook some cinnamon rolls, maybe. But that's all I have for this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Send out more recommendations. Hey, it's your boy Dar. Y'all be blessed, be the best, be you. Hey, Dor.